guys, and welcome back to another video of mine. Today we are going to be doing another speed build. This speed build is fun because it is the 10K challenge. I'm not popular enough for people to actually like tag me in it. I just did it because I wanted to. And I found it actually very challenging. I would watch others do it and they would say how challenging it was, and I'm like, nah. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. But it was. They proved me wrong. They proved me wrong. Yeah, this is actually like my third attempt at this. I did two previous trials before I actually got to, this particular 10K build. The other two just didn't work out, or there wasn't enough in it for me to like it. But this one worked out pretty well, and I think the thing that I struggled with the most was picking items that were a bit dingy looking, I guess. I just really wanted this. I just wanted like a lot of like a modern touches, as you can see by like the windows in the door here. And so I do bring a little bit of that into the build. Unfortunately, things kind of lackluster as far as decorations go, or the appliances especially. I found those particularly not so good. But that's okay. We figured it out. I go with a light timber color on the outside of the home, not this part of where the roof is. Let's see, yes, this one right here. I go with this, and I also go with this inside the home as well, except for the bathroom. I went for black wood, but I thought this was too brown looking, and then this one as well. I think I do go back one more time trying to find the perfect black wood, even though those two were fine. And over here, I refuse to use those, like the least amount, these counters that counted that cost the less. Oh, the least. I cannot speak today. I am so sorry. I went with these. I thought these were a nice, oh, what, I can't talk today. I just thought it was a nice, way to do cheap and do kind of modern, and I made these appliances, black to kind of hide the fact that they were a bit inexpensive, and I think it worked out okay. I bring in, yes, just a simple wood table. I will say I did go back into my game and I did recreate this home with no cost expense issues. Like there were no maximum price that I had to use. So if you would like to see the updated version of this build once I'm done with it, leave that in the comments and I might post that one to the gallery as well. And I'm gonna go over here, and I think this is where I have a bit of a pause. To be honest, I was probably watching Inuyasha while building, and I got distracted or something like that. It was like my first anime as a kid growing up, and I've been rewatching it lately. So yeah, that's a little embarrassing that I took so long building this. It should have been real quick, huh? I go in with the cheapest double bed, um, and I did replace it with it's the one from City Living. It has two of the exact same bed, but one I guess is made out of cheaper material, and one is made out of more expensive material. And in the build that I did actually go back over and um, renovate it with more objects and things, I do replace it with the better bed. Excuse me, had a little drink there. Oh, and I really don't feel like I get to use these windows enough, so I was excited to use them in the bathroom here. Let's see. And do forgive me if I don't have too much to say. It's going a lot slower than it normally does, but if I had slowed it up much more, it would have been like a 7-minute video, and I didn't want that. I get to use this blue door that I really like. It brings a little bit more of a modern taste into the build. I usually don't get to use it, but I thought it was nice to bring in, just kind of round out the color scheme, which is kind of like a blue, gray, black, white kind of deal. And there isn't like a sink or basin in this bathroom, because I figured you could just use the sink that's in the kitchen instead. And then a little bit of a cut there. I guess I had added this little deck, and I had extended the roof over a little bit to kind of canopy over the deck. I do push the deck just wide of the stairs here in just a minute, so I can use that little piece right under the window. I can use that for I guess you could call it a little garden. It's definitely not as much. I didn't get very much landscaping done at all, which is disappointing, but I did get some in here. I had to use the move objects on cheat to kind of make that pillar look a little bit taller than it was. Just moving it to the center of the lot now. Here we go. Oh, and I guess I have those two sims out now. I was player testing it, making sure everything works, and everything does. So feel free to just jump right into this. And thankfully, since it is a 10K build, your sims will have a lot of money left over, extra, to kind of make it their own. And those two sims that you saw are actually on the gallery as well. I think they're just uploaded as roommates, I think is what it is. They're super cute. I really recommend them. I think the girl that had the blonde dreads is a lot, she's a very unique sim. Getting some tile in here, bringing back, kind of like a blue and a white kind of tone. Got that shower rack in here, and of course the toilet paper. I don't actually think I got a trash can in this at all. Sorry, your Sims can buy one when they move in. They're not that expensive. When I do finally kind of get towards the end of this, I end up with $4 at the end, and I tried and tried and tried to find something that would actually work in the space, like some kind of decoration that I thought might, be worth $4 or less. There was like some decals from Vampire Stuff Pack, the things that make it look like there are cracks on the walls and things. Those were less than $4. And also, I think there was this one like clutter object, and it was like this skull in a glass case that also came from Vampire Stuff Pack that was $4 or less, but it didn't really go, so I did not use it. I just kind of opted out. And I was really surprised. I kind of was talking while I was placing it, to see that City Living little side table, that was like one of the cheaper side table options, so I was super pumped because I love that table. I tried to get a TV in here. It didn't really work. Um, I just wouldn't have had enough, so I do get some entertainment objects in here. I go with um, the stereo so they can dance and have fun while dancing, or I do get a bookcase in here as well. Um, so they can read. I This would have fit because it was super cheap, but it was just too big. It didn't really make sense of space, so I just grabbed this little one over here, and I find a little bit of I tried putting this on here, but I didn't think it really went with the build. I also kind of wanted to save on money, so I just go with this little shoe rack instead. And then I try and find some sort of art piece to put on the wall. And I go with like I said, I get rid of this that little hat rack that's over there, and I go with this kind of fashion statement poster, and it's really big and it fills up a lot of wall space, so I was pretty happy to find that and use it. And I really am trying, I think I'm getting closer to moving on outside. Yep. So that's pretty much all that I do on the inside. I don't think I make any other kinds of alterations on the inside, and I am starting on I guess the little landscaping that I get to do in this, and I just put some just really small bushes, 2 small bushes that were like $50 each, which I thought was pretty ridiculous. I get those in, and I think I get like an outdoor light in as well, and of course I gotta go in with some landscaping to make it a little bit more realistic around the foundation of the home. Let's see. And I think I could have like afforded like this tree, but it was one of the like the spooky looking ones from the vampire stuff. A lot of that stuff is pretty cheap, coming from the vampires. It's not a stuff pack. I don't know why I keep saying that. Just the vampire game pack. That's what it is. Let's see. Eventually I get to it. Oh yeah, I had to kind of like remove the foundation first before I placed this because it wanted to keep lifting it up the closer I got it to the house. So I do remove the foundation for just a second so I can move those as close to the home as possible and kind of rotate them with the move objects cheat. Yeah, and then I try and go for a little flowered bush that apparently just costs too much money, so I have to go with an outdoor light instead. And I think I decided on a much nicer looking mailbox since those are free. So I go with a much like more modern mailbox. And I think we are just about done here. I think you'll see me scrolling through, you'll definitely see me scrolling through all the objects, just looking for things that I could possibly add to the build just to kind of get as much of the money spent as possible I end up not going with anything, except the only other thing that I change is um, the mailbox. So just see me scrolling down for a while. And as a builder who usually doesn't build with limitations, it's really kind of disheartening to see all that red that you see here. Um, but I did make it work, and I'm really proud of what I did accomplish. And we are going into the screenshots now. There really aren't that many, and you guys can pretty much guess what everything is. So I am going to leave you here. I hope you have an amazing day, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next one. Bye, y'all!